Yo, 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 it's me, Slimmy V. I'm over here and I got this story of a Florida mom who is saying that her landlord is requiring her to show proof of vaccination in order to live in the apartment. Look, this is the story that's coming out. I don't know whether it's true or not. We will have to see other stories on this to see what's going on. But for now, this is her side. Okay, and Fox News is reporting on it. Okay, she says she had 2 weeks to get vaccinated or get evicted. Let's hear her story. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what's really going on, because if this is the direction that we're headed in, we're in trouble. This is getting closer, even closer to what the mark of the beast describes. Okay? And this is why I know people's like, Slim, you're a conspiracy theorist, but mark of the beast says you cannot buy or sell. If you can't buy or sell, you cannot really function in a normal society, correct? So if we're getting to this point where these people are now saying you cannot live in this building unless you show proof of vaccination, imagine every single building does that. Imagine her choice is to not get vaxxed. So what is she to do? So she can't live in a building. You cannot go to certain restaurants. You cannot go in a gym. You cannot participate in like normal societal functions. What's really happening over here? So anyway, let's listen to what she has to say, and I'm gonna come back with like a little quick two-piece and show you how this black life really don't matter. All right, let's go.
Well, it was either because I didn't have proof of vaccination by the 2 weeks. They still wasn't even allowing me to sign off on my lease. There was like no loophole, no working with me, no extensions. And I literally had to walk away, meaning that if I were to stay, then it would have been harder for me to find, the next place for me and my kids to live, because now I will have an eviction, under my name. And that's definitely not worth, risking it.
Have you talked to your neighbors, many of which I'm sure are vaccinated? Did they feel threatened by you and your kids?
No. There's also other neighbors that aren't vaccinated as well. And basically, if I didn't tell them what I was going through, they had no clue on what was going on, because they didn't get this notice. They didn't get, hey, this is what we're doing from here on out. They didn't get any of that. So I was surprised with that too, and still is curious on, exactly why 2 weeks prior to them knowing that I was going to renew my lease, because we spoke the first week of August, like they call you up and they let you know, like, hey, Miss Irby, do you plan on renewing your lease? I stated yes, and they mentioned, whenever you find the time, just come down here and sign off on it. And that was that. And then August 17th, I'm leaving the house and I have this notice on my door that's saying like, hey, you have to show proof of vaccination before you renew your lease. So when I went physically down there to the leasing office, I spoke to the landlord there and I asked them, I said, hey, can I see the lease where it states that this is what you guys are doing, this is what, it's going to be from here on out. And they actually told me that it's not in the lease. So again, I was confused on exactly what we're doing or what we're talking about, because I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least they, they will have it in black and white, and this is, a signed agreement, and, I have to abide by, whatever my landlord put in place. But they literally told me it's not in the lease. That actually what they told me was it's the same lease that I had the previous year before.
Okay, let me stop it right there. Number one, she's opted to move out before she got evicted, because as you well know, if you get an eviction, it's going to be hard for you to get an apartment or rent a certain place, especially if that goes on your record. That's a bad look for you. So they basically had her moving out with her 2 kids. She went and she looked on the lease, or she asked those people in charge, and the requirement for her to be vaccinated is not on the lease. Had it been, who knows, maybe she would have getting vaccinated, but it's not on the lease. So the story is confusing. I don't know what's going on. Definitely would want to hear the side of the landlord. I want to know what's going on. Was she paying on time? Was she a good tenant? Maybe the landlord was pissed and this was his way or her way of getting at the tenant. I don't know. I could only speculate and try to make sense of it, because if people in her building are vaccinated and there are others that's not vaccinated, and she's the only one that got that notice, there must have been some type of personal beef going on between them two. Was it a white landlord and he may have been racist against this black? I don't know. Okay, so we don't know what's going on. But if this is true, she is being led astray or let go because she's not vaccinated, then we're going in a very dangerous path. I really want to see the other. I want to know what the other side of the story is. I'm going to look into it, and when I do, I find out, I am going to make another video about it. I've made no claims about the vaccine. See a doctor. Make sure that it's good for you. Get a blood test. Make sure that it's compatible with your system. Okay? And that's all I really got to say. I do hope her and her 2 kids finds a place to stay. And again, I want to see the other side. So all I'm getting right now is just one side, and I'm not gonna just believe one side, but I am gonna give my opinion. If this is true, the landlord is 1,000% wrong in this, and this landlord should not be able to do this. Not like this. You don't want her there? There's a different way you could go about it. You don't have to make up some vaccine thing like she poses a threat to the vaccinated. Because the vaccinated are vaccinated against COVID-19. But anyway, if you're not offended, you probably wasn't watching or listening. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out. Peace.